Imagine a child in our community walking across the stage to get their diploma. A moment of pride, of achievement, of promise. But for some students in our district, this moment never comes. Not because they didn't try, but because the obstacles to achievement were so great.
One thing that continues to surprise many in our community is just how many students are facing food insecurity or don't currently have a home. We are here serving all 28 schools, and what that means is that we're serving 4 Title I schools, as well as many students who don't have basic essentials day to day.
Bellevue has over 4,600 students on free or reduced lunch. We have over 2,000 students who reported anxiety and depression last year. And we have a wait list of scores of families who need access to preschool but can't afford it. How do we stop them falling through the cracks? Behind every number is a child. A child with dreams, with potential, with a future that depends on what we do today. Which is why we need our community to invest in these students. We believe every student has a right to the best education possible. Every single student. An investment in students is an investment in our entire community. A student who graduates from high school is going to earn at least $10,000 more per year for themselves, and they'll cost the economy at least $300,000 less in services. Bellevue not only has the capacity to invest in students, it has an opportunity to make a social impact that few cities could match. So, how will we do this? Well, BSF-sponsored programs are designed to promote academic and social-emotional success for all students. Early learning tuition support helps provide access to preschool, which correlates positively with high school graduation, as do mental health services. And National Board Certification enables teachers to provide the equivalent of up to 2 additional months of learning per year. These core programs lay a foundation for targeted initiatives like an integrated computer science curriculum and targeted interventions for students at risk. All of these efforts close the opportunity and achievement gaps. So let's take a closer look at how the mental health program makes a difference in our schools.
We have about 20% of our kids are identifying as having some kind of anxiety challenges, and that is huge. I mean, if anybody has kids right now, it is very easy to understand. And so mental health has to be an integral part of the public education offerings for students and families.
My typical day starts with the morning. Every single morning I go outside and I'm greeting the kids at school. It's a great opportunity for me to connect with all the students. They feel really comfortable reaching out to me and asking to check in with me. It's just a really good way for me to connect first thing in the morning for them. This is one of the best jobs I've ever had. There was one student I used to say hi to all the time, and I just say, "How are you doing?" And they would maybe sometimes say hi, and finally one day they said, "Are you stalking me?" And I said, "Yes, I am." I said, "I've been wanting to talk to you. Any chance you'll come to my office?" And they said, "Sure, when?" So they came into my office that day. I felt like it was really life-changing for that student. The student had been really struggling for a while and I think was hoping just to be by themselves, but it really opened up a huge door. Learned that I was able to support the student with managing anxiety and depression, get some family support as well, and really start a full course of treatment and therapy for that student.
So I started playing soccer when I was 3 years old. It's been such an important part of my life because it's always my outlet where I can just forget about everything I'm feeling, everything that's going on. It's always just my escape from everything. And then sophomore year, I tried to take a harder class in math and I did not do as well. And that would kind of flow into my other classes because I would focus so much on that class. From there, I just thought I wasn't good at anything. And then that would impact my confidence even in soccer too. And that made me feel even worse because I felt that the sport I've been playing my entire life, I had lost that passion. I think my sophomore year, I was super scared to speak to someone because I was also still afraid that their perspective of me was going to change. But Ms. Lancaster didn't know who I was, so I was kind of just able to say everything I had in mind. And she was there to listen and really not just hear me, but really listen to what I had to say. I spoke at the school board meeting because I felt I had to share my story, at least being a senior, and I don't want the underclassmen to go through what I went through, especially without being able to speak to anybody.
You don't oftentimes hear kids say, this worked, that didn't work, this was helpful, that wasn't helpful. But just by her coming to the school board meeting and saying, this worked, this helped me, it helped me to decide that we're gonna add back another mental health counselor. But I ended up changing our strategy because of her single testimony.
I think one thing that I would want the Bellevue community to know is that PAC counselors aren't just counselors for school, but they can really shape you as a person. And that's what shaped me as who I am today.
Yeah, we got this amazing compliment. I mean, it's probably the best compliment I've ever had in my life and as a team too, from Seattle Children's Hospital. One of their staff members let us know that we are doing really amazing work in Bellevue School District, just all throughout Bellevue School District with our counseling program as a whole, because we are keeping kids out of the hospital.
95% of students in the mental health program report improved coping skills. This is what happens when a community comes together. When we invest in our students, we invest in a future filled with opportunity, innovation, and hope. Because a diploma should mean more than just a piece of paper. It should mean a future.
Our community in Bellevue is lovely, it's tight, and we want to make sure that we are able to support every single one of these students.
Every student has a right to the best education available anywhere. And with your support, we can make that a reality.